back in your life like a reliever in Major League Baseball who gets his career ended for $4,000 while running $1 million Ponzi scheme on the side with the mafia. This is the Educated Ignorance Podcast on the For Frequency Sake Podcast Network. And unlike the, scoundrels in sports who are out here taking money on the side to to dissuade outcomes, you can rely on us here on the Educated Ignorance Podcast. It's Monday night. Football is over. We are here to talk about it. My name is Joe Winkle. I am joined by the man, as always, to a direction, depending on what way you look at it. I look to my right, and he's there, kind of, sort of. Or I just look right here, and he's always in my heart. Shout out to Phil Collins, Tarzan. Nick, how you doing tonight, my friend?
It is a Victory Monday. We don't get many of them around here.
Not only is it a Victory Monday, it's a double dose of Victory Monday. The Kool-Aid tastes like victory.
What was more likely to happen? Giants blow a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, or Miami curb stomp the Bills? It ain't the latter, but they both happened.
We're all here for it, right? At least here's the thing. One of those things going into yesterday had happened before, multiple times even.
I saw a tweet yesterday that it was from a Giants fan. It's like, I've seen this one before. Easy money, and he posts his Bears money line live plus 1,200 slip when it's 20-10 in the fourth quarter.
Listen, man, I'm not. We're going to talk about that obviously in a lot of things. I'm not going to apologize for wins in this league. It was a weird day, but at the end of the day, I learned a lot, and my heart had never been I don't know if my heart as an NFL fan has ever been happier. So we're gonna take these moments and cherish them, and then obviously, you know, watching the Dolphins do what they did yesterday. I mean, hot damn. Whomst would have thunk?
I was at a family reunion, so I didn't even get a chance to watch it. But I kept seeing, I've got Achane in a league, and I kept seeing late in that game. Well, actually, this was it was pretty well in hand at this point. But then I'd see like 60-yard touchdown for Achane, 50-yard touchdown for Achane. I was like, nice. But yeah, the first thing I saw for the game yesterday was I saw the picture of Miami being penalized and burning a timeout before the clock ticked a second away. So I thought, oh, it's going to be one of those days. And then I opened my ESPN app, and they're up 13-0.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's all right. Maybe we need to do that more often.
Tua threw a pick on the third play of the game.
Ugh.
So it went from it's going to be one of those days to, oh, it was one of those days. Hella fast.
Yeah. But no, the defense, they made Josh Allen's life hell and created a bunch of turnovers. Achane ran wild, and Tua still looked like ass, but at least we got 2 out of the 3.
They it was just an all-time moment yesterday for them to do that, and there are a lot of cool things. We're going to talk about all of them. Make sure you, obviously, if you're hanging out with us, like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you like it, really like it. Tell your friends to go to our Substack page, just forfrequencysake.substack.com. We really appreciate it, and we would enjoy if you were hanging out with us there as well as here. So some really cool stuff going on, and we have got our 100th episode. That is coming up on Sunday of the, not our show, but the of the For Fantasy Sake, our flagship show that started it all. We will be there at Kavanaugh's Hilltop Bar and Grill on Sunday afternoon. Well, Sunday morning, I should say. For that, it should be a great time. Make sure you come hang out with us, and then stay with us after to watch the Bears game, because apparently, as DJ said, that place gets rowdy to watch the Bears games. So we'll probably do some cool stuff. Should be a fun time regardless. Nick, if only you were able to make it, that would be the cherry on top.
I know, right?
All right, let's get after it. Let's start with what we just all watched as a family. Uh, it's not every
Ugh.
it's not every week you get to bookend with just absolute barn burner 10-7 games. So the question is tonight was tonight more like watching a Packers Eagles game or like watching the Raiders and the Broncos on Thursday?
That was like watching Raiders Broncos.
Yeah.
And you count last night, it was not a good week for primetime NFL. What was it? 3-2 at one point yesterday
Oh my god, that was
in the first
disgusting.
half. That was a rough game. I don't necessarily call it prime time, but in the exclusive windows, Berlin Sunday morning at least delivered. It delivered probably 10 times more than all other 3 primetime games this week combined. So, good on you, Bloody Jones and Jonathan Taylor, and that fun matchup. But yeah, tonight was ugh. There
Yeah.
wasn't a whole lot to enjoy in that one unless you love defense, and it's not me. I like points, I like touchdowns. Defensive battles are not my cup of tea, sir.
So you're not a you don't like watch so listen, there's a difference between defensive battles and, what we saw on Thursday at least, and mostly what we saw tonight. Let's get into what we saw tonight. Um Listen, I could come on here and give my spiels about Green Bay and how they're front runners and all this and that, but uh I think those have been this maybe not be the time or the place. However, I will say uh I think that this team for Green Bay, we look at their side, uh, just because I think there's some easier narratives to pull from them. I think for Green Bay that from a national standpoint, nobody will sit here and disparage them like they would other teams in this spot. Your favorite at home. You've lost your last 2 home games to the Panthers and the Eagles. Nobody will care because you're Green Bay and you're everyone's darling. Everyone's still probably, most national pundits still probably think that they're going to go undefeated. But this was a terrible performance, and you come off the fact that you get embarrassed at home by a Panthers team who is not really that good. I know they're 5-5, but I mean we kind of all know what Carolina is, and Green Bay loses that game with a bad effort, and then tonight, like they just have nothing, and like it, Nick, they keep proving to us who they are. They are front
They are
runners.
who they thought we were.
They really are. They're front runners. They're soft. If you punch them in the mouth first, they're going to cave, and it happened again tonight. And if it wasn't for the Eagles being completely discombobulated and Green Bay's defense kind of stepping up and playing well at times as well, but I think it's a combination of both. And I'm not trying to sit here and give Green Bay no credit. I'm just telling you what I saw. That I think this game could have gotten way uglier if the Eagles offense brought their A game. They did not, and that's why we had the weird score and weird game that we did. But regardless, at least from a Green Bay perspective, that's what I think the most is that this team that continues to show us what they are. And if people want to sit here and believe it and believe in them, go right ahead. But I'll tell you that you're going to be extremely disappointed by the time their season comes to an end because they're not winning the Super Bowl. Clip this, fucking put it on a fucking loop. They're not. If they are, I'll be stunned. And if they start playing better, maybe I'll change my mind. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. This team is not a Super Bowl contender to me.
If they were a few weeks ago, they have lost so many guys here down the stretch. I mean, losing Tucker Kraft was huge. The offense, it was 10-7. Obviously, the offense was not a major factor tonight for the Packers. They lost Dobbs early, and he didn't necessarily have much to show for it either. I think the only receiver that had anything decent was Watson, and he caught 1 or 2 deep passes, and that was pretty much it. Otherwise, it was just Jacobs running, and he at least looked better than he has the last couple weeks, as far as I can remember. But yeah, the offense for Green Bay looks like they are in trouble. Defense, I mean, you look at the defense the last 2 weeks. What was the final in that Panthers game? 16-13 or something?
Yes, that is correct.
So, I mean, the Packers defense gave up 16 and 10, and they lost twice. Compare that to, the Bengals a couple weeks ago, giving up 38 and 42 and being 0 and, you're playing good defense. But the offense, no, it's missing right now. And I don't know if it's because there are too many injuries. I feel like there were cracks before all of the injuries. I don't think they've had a game, maybe one, when they had, Golden, Watson, and Dobbs all healthy. Because Watson missed the beginning of the year. Golden was out tonight. So maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, maybe they were all three healthy with Tucker Kraft. And that was the game that Jordan Love was, dynamite in the Steelers game, if I'm not mistaken. Was that 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, the Sunday night game against Pittsburgh.
So I at least to me, they were as close to full strength there, and we saw what they were capable of against. At the time, it was a pretty good defense. Steelers had 2 really bad games back to back. Defensively, they got better the next week. Not too great. Well, they gave up 25 last night, but they still were, they were getting after Herbert and stuff. But yeah, I think that I just think the injuries are racking up way too much right now for the Packers, and nobody stepped up. They didn't have anyone to step up tonight, and it certainly wasn't Love either. He had that career night a couple weeks ago, and he's just been ass since. He really has.
He was not good last week. He was not good tonight. He is everyone's favorite aura farming quarterback. He'll still make some throws that make you pop, but at the end of the day, there's just way too many times that he's not good enough. On the Eagles side, you feel good if you're the Eagles that you got out of here with a win. You're ecstatic because your defense has kind of come alive here. At the beginning of the season, I think we would say that their defense was a bit of a concern. At times, their offense is weird because their offense will sit here and they'll just absolutely rip, and then their offense will kind of suck, and it's weird moments, and they're a roller coaster. And I think that's just kind of what we have to sit here and be used to, is that they're going to continue to be that. But at the end of the day, they have to be ecstatic because the moves that they made on the defensive side of the ball, and mainly Jalen Phillips,
He had a big night.
Absolutely wrecked shop. And it's what they've kind of been missing. They've been missing that presence on the defensive line. I mean, it's why they went out. It's why they had Brandon Graham come back out of, like, they tried to get him to come back out of retirement, which he did, is because their defensive line has not been good this year. So yeah, like, tonight was a incredible proof of concept night for the Eagles to show, like, hey, our ideas still work, even if the offense is a bit of a roller coaster.
As I watched Phillips time and time again tonight, I was like, man, I liked it when he was in Miami. But, they played well without him this week, and Phillips certainly got an upgrade. No doubt about that. So I'm happy for him. I'm just,
He didn't play a game like this since the year we lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah. That's fair.
The year he tore his Achilles. He had games like this, but he hadn't. This was his best game since he tore his Achilles.
Yeah. It's amazing what happens when you're thrust into the limelight of a good team, or a supposedly good team. Let's not get ahead of ourselves with the Eagles. They've got some, they've got some holes showing too. But, you win a 10-7 game and you're still feeling way better than if you lose a 10-7 game.
The last thing you want is your holes being shown in public. And the Packers had them exposed tonight, and the Eagles kind of did.
It's like a big cheese head, all those holes.
All those holes.
The Packers.
Yeah, exactly. Some people are into that. Some people, hey, man, Show some decency. Mom and dad are in town. Okay. Okay. We're having company. Cover that up. Who has company anymore? Hey, you need to clean your room. We're having company tonight. No one does that anymore.
They're going to be sitting on the veranda.
On the veranda? What even is a veranda?
The couch.
A
Or the, what was the word? The Davenport. On the Davenport, the couch. The
That's-
old Davenport. They're
that's
coming
this-
over for the Davenport.
Hold on, sorry. The Davenport. Shout out to Davenport, Iowa, which is literally a stone's throw away from where I live. The city I work in. But listen, man, listen. The Eagles are still what they are. The Packers, I have given up faith. Now watch. They are going to go on a run and going to shove it up my keister. But listen, I'll believe it when I see it. And I'm not one to sit here and stand on narratives for no reason. I change my opinion with new information because I think it's smart to do that. And the Packers have been the same team they have been all year. Like have I wavered at all, Nick? And have they shown you anything to make my opinion wrong at all this season?
No.
Sorry, I had a moment.
I see your fan.
I know.
I see your biggest fan.
I know. I'm sorry. I had a moment. Okay. I had a I had a moment. I apologize.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm back.
Doo-doo-doo. So, big picture, because I want to spin this now into our first main topic. It's about the NFC and the top of the NFC. Where would you rank the Eagles right now among NFC teams?
Let me pull up the standings. I would put them behind Detroit. Honestly, behind Seattle and behind the Rams.
Okay.
I would probably put them in the ballpark with the Bucks.
Okay.
And
me
ahead
too.
of obviously ahead of the Packers.
I would probably put them in a
That's
tier
where
with
I'd put them.
Detroit.
I'd probably have them about fourth.
Okay. I'd have them kind of in the same boxing ring as the Lions. Because basically I asked you that because I wanted to spin this forward. Spoiler alert, for those who are Elite Eight connoisseurs, that's going to be dropping tomorrow morning. The Seahawks and the Rams are going to be the top two teams in the Elite Eight. What the Seahawks have done the last month.
They have completely depantsed their competition in the last two first halves. First two, 1.5 quarters. And they can pretty much just rub their dicks the rest of the day.
This has been the Seahawks the last month, ever since losing to Tampa. They go on the road against Jacksonville, cross country, one of the farthest trips in the league, and win. Keep them at arm's length the entire game. They have some bad turnovers against Houston. Like they struggle, offensively. They don't click, but that Texans defense obviously rips. However, they do get out to a 14 lead and they just control the game. And then, of course, they have their bye, and the next two games, they are up 28-0, or they are up in both games, in both first halves, 31-0 at one point, and then 35-0 in the next week. And people can say, oh, well, the last couple of games, they played teams that aren't good. Well, listen, there's a difference between winning close games, which, again, you never apologize for wins. But if we're going to sit here and move the goalposts on a team that is absolutely filleting their opponent like the Seattle Seahawks are right now, then honestly, I can't help you. I just can't help you. And the Seahawks right now, to me, Nick, I think they're the best team in the league at this moment. Now, do I worry a little bit that maybe they're peaking too early? There's always that possibility. At least there's that possibility in your mind for teams that have not proven it, right? Like teams that you've never seen put it all together. But right now they're the best team in the league, and the Rams are literally right behind them. The only thing at this moment that is a difference for me is the defense from the Seahawks, and yeah, just they are. It's something to see them put it together right now.
The playoff picture right now is kind of wild because we are, through 10 weeks now, and at 5-3-1, if my math is correct here, the Packers are no longer a playoff team. Is that accurate?
They shouldn't be, no, because Chicago is 6-3.
I was going to say, because the wild cards would be the second NFC West, the Bears, and
Oh, nope, they are.
Nope,
They're
nope, I
five.
guess they would be
They're
7.
five. Yeah,
They
they're
would
the
be
7. So the
7th.
Bears, as of right now, are the 6th seed.
Okay. And they have to still play the Packers once or twice.
We got to play them twice. We play the Lions. So we go at Minnesota, Pittsburgh at home, then Black Friday against the Eagles. And then down the stretch, they play the Niners, the Browns, the Packers twice, the Lions once. In a fillet of a variety of order. So that is the schedule.
Cardinals at 3-6. They're 4th in the NFC West, but they would be they'd be a half game back, a second in the NFC East.
Yeah, exactly. Just out here, just sitting here thinking like, oh my God. The NFC North and the NFC, I think both of those divisions are going to get 3 teams in. 2 teams in, or 2 teams for the East, or 2 teams for the West, probably. It's going to come down right now. It's going to come down, barring someone getting hot. And I can't believe I'm actually going to. Well, I mean, I had a feeling. Okay. If Chicago beats Minnesota next week, that final playoff spot, barring a massive collapse, is going to come down to San Francisco and Chicago. And then Green Bay obviously is in that race too. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at in the NFC. But I just think the top of the conference is, Seattle and Los Angeles. Speaking of the Rams, Matthew Stafford, bah humbug.
Here we are, week 10 of the NFL, season 2025. And Matthew Stafford, our Lord and Savior, co-MVP favorite with the youngin'.
It has been just a joy to watch that guy play football. It's been so much fun. Remember about 3 months ago when we were all worried that his back didn't work anymore?
What back? What back pain?
Yeah. What a superstar. My God. When he did this little shimmy dance after his last touchdown pass yesterday, I got hype. I ripped my shirt off. Well, that's a lie. I wasn't wearing a shirt at the time, but if I would have been, I would have ripped it off. They're sick, man. They're so sick. What a team. Both of those teams, and hey, who plays next week. We'll get to that later. Speaking of the AFC, best win of yesterday. Oh my God, the New England Patriots might be for real.
I've said they're for real, I think, since the Buffalo game myself.
I agree with you.
But yeah, to continue doing what they're doing and to do it against Tampa Bay, and I mean that's a quality opponent right there.
And to go on the road and be able to be the better team majority of the game.
I was going to say that one never really felt like it was in doubt, although it was never a runaway or anything like that. But nor should you expect it to be, being 2 good teams like that. But
it was by far the best win, and it was to get Henderson going. Now, granted, if you look at the metrics of his game, it's the 2 long runs and then a lot of nothing. But hey, sometimes you just need splash plays in the run game. And for Tampa Bay, if you're a Bucs fan right now, you're probably sitting there thinking dog, if we don't give up 2 massive explosive runs, this is a different ball game. But that's how football is sometimes, kids. regardless, this is a Drake May story. Like, he was again phenomenal, and just making throws and avoiding caught like sorting through chaos, and he's just a fantastic player. And I'm so glad that I never wavered on him. I know that I had moments where I thought we were, maybe, but at the end of the day, I was wrong not having the faith that they would just no doubt be awesome this year, because I was like, I think we might be putting the cart a little bit too far in front of the horse, but clearly not, because they are everything that people thought they were going to be coming into this season. And are they a Super Bowl contender at this point? Yeah, kinda. They're top 10 in both scoring and offense and defense. May's a legitimate MVP contender. They don't have like a super duper star role like supporting cast on that side, but their defense is really good. And
I mean,
they're
you think about
incredibly
when the Patriots won their first 3 Super Bowls with Tom Brady in the early 2000s. Who were his cast of characters on offense that were noteworthy? There were a lot of scrubs, a lot of answers to trivia questions.
exactly. My apologies. Yeah, there were a lot of scrubs, and you don't want no scrubs. Oh, hit the fucking Jesus. Sorry. There we go. My apologies. I was trying to pull this up because comments don't show up. There we go. Okay. Anywho, yeah. So that was just an impeccable performance. And also too for New England for what they're trying to look at now. You look at the Bills game, which we're going to talk about here in a bit, because we're going to we're going to officially coat ourselves in baby oil for our team's performances yesterday. But they're legitimately like in the catbird seat to win the division and probably be the 1 seed. They're the rest of their schedule. Their 2 toughest games are the Bills at home and Baltimore, I think, on the road. But outside of that, the teams they play are not great, which we all knew that was the thing coming into the season. And then you add on to the fact that they're already 8-2. They've won 7 in a row. Like, they could legitimately finish 13-4. The road to the Super Bowl might go through Foxborough in 2025. Wasn't ready for that to be a part of the discussion, but here we are.
Get that classic Patriots Colts feel 20 years in the making.
Could you imagine? That would be something. First it was Brady and Manning. Now it's May and Jones. We're out here. Vrabel went from playing in the Colts Patriots AFC title games to now coaching in them. What a time to be alive.
Never been a Patriots guy. Like, when they hired him, I was like, I love Mike Vrabel. That's going to be a good hire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got the goods. I got a comment here on Facebook. Unfortunately, I can't pull it up because my restream sucks. A friend of mine, Austin, he's talking about his team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, mentioning, can we just switch divisions, expose how bad we really are, finally get another top first-round pick, and then maybe a real football team again. Hell, I'd be happy with another wide receiver. That rough night for Pittsburgh last night. Tough Steelers game. I feel for him. That was not great. They're in a weird spot right now, and they are currently being hawked down by the they're being hawked down right now by the Ravens, and they will be closed in sooner than later, which they technically already are.
Yeah, well, how is that looking right now?
One game.
One game. Yeah. The inevitable. They could be 9-0 or 0-9. The Steelers are going to be right in that 8-9, 9-8 ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, if the Ravens stay as hot as they are, who knows where they're going to be at? But they're playing well right now. They're kind of turning the corner again. getting healthy at the right time. So the Ravens just taking hold on one second. In on the counter. There we go. There we go. So the Ravens right now, they're getting better, and for the Steelers, bad Rodgers game last night, easily his worst of the year so far.
Yeah, he had looked good like the last few weeks against the Packers. He looked good against the Bengals. He looked good. No, not last night. He was bad. He was overthrowing everybody. Had a terrible interception. Missed a coulda, shoulda, woulda touchdown. Just not a good look for him last night.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's do the thing. I'll let you go first.
The thing.
Yeah, we're gonna wax poetic about our favorite football teams.
Oh, okay.
Do you think this is more of a big picture for the Dolphins Bills side of it first? Do you think this is more of a good Miami, a oh my god Buffalo, or a little bit of both?
For me, all season long, when I've watched the Bills play, they don't. It looks like something's been missing. They have had some. I can't picture examples. I just know I've come on here multiple Sunday or Monday nights and said, "Well, the Bills won, but they aren't looking like the Bills I expect them to be of the last few years." And I guess I'd have to pull up their schedule to refresh my brain. But you get the win over the Chiefs. That's good. That was just fine. And the Panthers, like they whooped them. Okay, but I think when they lost to the Falcons, that was okay. That's a little questionable. Obviously, losing to the Patriots at the time, I thought, okay, that was also a little iffy. They didn't put the Saints away until the final minutes. And obviously that Ravens game week 1 was just crazy, and they found a way to pull that one out of their ass. I mean, when they played Miami the first time, that was anybody's ball game in the fourth quarter at one point. They ended up winning it by 10. But at one point I thought, wow, Miami has the ball down by a touchdown in Bills territory. They have a chance to win this. Of course, I think Tua threw a pick, if I remember right. Even if I didn't remember, I could just say that, and it was probably correct. So honestly, for me, both of these teams showed one for the Bills. I think they've got some holes, and I don't know what they are, but they don't scare me as an opponent as they would have a few years ago. And then for the Dolphins, while they've had some shitty ass games where they have looked completely lost and out to lunch and fire everybody, they've also had a lot of games where it's like, sure, they're 3-7, but they could just as easily be 6-4 right now if they didn't piss something down their leg. I mean, the Patriots game, I mean, they had a path to beat the Patriots and the Bills this season. They did get it done against the Bills the second time around. And then there were some other games in there where I don't have them in front of me right now. I guess I better look before I say it.
You have, though, been banging on that drum all season, which I will give you credit for. I know I have been more up on the lines of like, this is a disaster, like get rid of everybody, like sail, like burn the boats and everything. However, you have been consistent on like they're not, they're in some of these games. Now, granted, if you look at it, that you will see that, almost, a third of their games, they played 11 games now, or they played 10 games now. And, more than a third of them, they have gotten absolutely dick washed. They played against the Colts and got ripped. The game was over before it started. They played the Browns. They never had a shot. They played the Ravens. They never had a shot. And
I will say with the Ravens game, they honestly looked like the better team in the first half. They could not finish drives, and they had to settle for field goals. And then the Ravens washed the floor with them in the second half.
that's
But
fair.
up until halftime, even though they were down, I think 14-6 at the time, that was not that first half did not look as bad as the final score indicated. They were out to lunch in the second half, no doubt. So I mean, yeah, that was one of 3 games that they sucked ass in overall. But I still put that Ravens game in kind of its own category. If they could have converted one of those field goals into touchdowns in the first half, I think that's a different game. They just couldn't punch it in, and then the wheels kind of fell off. But that's the game in the middle of the Dolphins whooping the Bills and whooping the Falcons, which the Falcons beat the Bills,
Yeah.
and the Falcons got stomped by the Panthers. Like, not like you can trust the Falcons to be a good team or a bad team on any given Sunday. You don't know which one you're going to get. But the fact that they shut them down like they did and then had kind of similar success with the Bills, it leads me to believe that while the the dream of 10-7 and making the playoffs probably won't happen, but the way they've played in 2 of their last 3 games, the door is open. Not saying it'll happen, like I said, but I've they haven't fired the coach, and they could have after the Browns game, after the Ravens game. They didn't. They did fire the GM, but they're still they're still wanting to play good football, and we're getting it. Might be every couple weeks with a dud in there, but man, I'd love to have that Chargers game back. I'd love to have that Panthers game back. I'd love to have the first Bills game, the Patriots game. I mean, there's 4 games right there where it could be 7-3, 6-4, hell, even 5-5 would be okay right now. But yeah, I think they are much better than their record is, but at the same time, they could play like a 1-9 team next week. You just don't know if it's going to be a good day or a bad day at this point.
Okay, hold on.
But they get the Commanders, so I feel good that we might be able to get another good one. And honestly, now that I look at this, as I look at this, I joked with you before the game, or before the show. I invested $6 in Miami making the playoffs at 80-1 after their win yesterday, because I saw somebody tweet about it, and I'm like, all right, shit, I got $6 I can put on that. But you get the Commanders this week. You get the Saints the week after, and the Jets. Not a 0% chance you're looking at 6-7. You get a chance to go to 500 with the Steelers, and then you close out the season with the Bengals. Last 2 games of the season, Bucks, Patriots. That'll be tough. But I mean, it is not impossible for this team to be looking at, what would that come out to be? 8-7 going into their last 2 games of the regular season. Not saying it's going to happen.
But that's a little too much. Yeah.
There is a world, Joe.
What was the year they started like 1-7 or 0-7 and they finished like 8-1, 9-1? Was with Matt Moore or something?
Was that Ryan Fitzpatrick's year?
No, this was back like in the 2010s or the aughts.
Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick was in the 2010s, Joe.
No, this was in the aughts. No, not Fitzy. No.
There was a year in there where they won like 7 of their last 8, but I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna have to try to dig.
Yeah, this was like 2008 maybe. They started off terrible.
Well, they were just. Well, no, it was 07 or Yeah, 07 was their one.
It was
in
one of the around
15
those years. It was a couple. It might have been. It might have been. When I was in high school. Then it might have been early 2010. No, because that was when they had. No, Tannehill was the mid 2010s. So it might have been like 2010, 2011.
But in the late 2010s, they also had a game. They also had a season.
Yeah, they started
Were
off
they-
like 0-9, and then they won. They finished like 5-12, and that last game was them beating the Patriots with Fitzy
I'm looking
because it
here.
led to the Patriots not getting the 1 seed, and the Patriots then losing their first playoff game to the Titans, and that was the last game Brady played in New England. Hashtag things I remember.
Yeah, now I'm down a rabbit hole and I'm trying to find the one I'm thinking of. 2020, they were.
The one you're thinking of is 2019. 2019, 2020. They don't win 7 games. They win like 5. Because it was the year before they draft Tua.
Yeah, they went 5-4 in their last 9. But yeah, they started at 0-7. So yeah, that could be it. Finished 5-11.
Here's where I'm at with Miami. As a Dolphins fan like you. Well, a Dolphins at this point, I'm more of a just Dolphins sympathizer. But yesterday was nice to see them do the thing. That's for sure. As much as I've lost hope in humanity with them. Here's where I'm at, and I will see if you believe me, if you agree with me. I'm at the point where I don't think I want them to fire the coach. You need to get a new quarterback. Who it is, I have zero idea. I don't know. You trade Tua, you eat his cap, and you kind of have to. You either draft a quarterback or you kind of have to you kind of have to take one in the ass for a year at the quarterback spot and hope that you can bargain bin someone. Of the potential available players, I think I know who would make the most sense. People are going to say Kyler. Like if they trade Tua, the Kyler just won't be possible because of it's too much dead cap with Tua. Plus, Kyler makes too much money, so that's literally impossible. The one that is possible. Again, the same thing with another guy that I brought up last week, but there's too much money. However, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but there's a guy on that same team that I think I would honestly dip my toe in the water of. Worst case scenario. Would you take Mac Jones as the 2026 starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins?
Before this season, I probably would have said no, but after the way he's been manageable, I wouldn't hate it.
And with McDaniel is still the coach still.
Yeah.
I would take it.
Yeah. I mean, we saw as a rookie, Max, he's got potential, and I don't know what it is about Tua.
I think he's been way better this year than even he was as a rookie, by the way. And I know after a loss, I'm not trying to sit here and rip Tua through the coals, but he's still not like Tua. Like it just can't have. Like Tua cannot be the quarterback for Miami next year. He just can't. And if
when the game is on the line, I have no faith in him.
No, and you'd already know like he's never really going to be able to make the plays that are needed and requisite. And I think that. Listen, at the end of the day, it might not matter because both are probably going to get got. But I'm so glad they got rid of Chris Grier. And at this moment in time, I think McDaniel. Here's why I would say McDaniel should stay. It's because they have not quit on him, man. They have not quit on him. They could have easily done it, but they haven't. So that means something to me.
And like I said, they could have fired him last week. They could have fired him 3 weeks ago after their piss poor 6-point performances, but they didn't. And both times, they bounced back with arguably coach saving kind of wins. So yeah, I don't hate that he's not been fired. I'd say the jury's still out. He doesn't excite me as he once did. But hey, if you can turn this season into something that isn't just garbage, like, good on you.
Yeah, they're definitely week to week. Like, I can't sit here and think, oh, the Dolphins are going to go into next week and like legitimately be a team that is going to like I'm going to guarantee them to beat Washington, But I definitely don't think that they are like they're not dead to water. But they're they're not dead on arrival like I thought they would be at certain points after the Browns game. I was like, oh, they might not win a game the rest of the year. But since then, they've 2 of their last 3 games, and then the Ravens game was obviously a nightmare. But hey, man, good on them. All right. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive if you're a Chicago Bears fan. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive if you're me. Because here's the thing. I'm sitting here on Sunday, and there are 2 things that went through my head. Number 1, I did slightly accept that the game was going to be a loss until Jackson Dart got hurt. And I have to give Jackson Dart credit. He played really well. There's a separate discussion to be had about the Giants. They fired Brian Daboll today. We could get into that at some other time. We could sit here and talk for 20 minutes about them because there's some fascinating conversations. If you ask me right now, honestly, they're going to have the best job opening this season, like this offseason. Like, I don't know who else could get rid of their head coach. Like Snap Kolnick. Can you think of another team that could that is legitimately going to be in the firing their head coach business that is going to be a better job than the Giants? Considering what we know and what they have to offer.
I was gonna say the only team that I can see that might be firing a coach down the stretch would be like the Browns. But that's not a job that would necessarily be enticing in any way.
In certain spot, exactly.
Unless it's, Deion Sanders.
Oh, yeah? Could you imagine? Anywho. So I say all, which made me just realize, damn, when the Bears play the Browns later this year, Shedeur really could be the starting quarterback for that game. Wouldn't that be something? Anywho. For the Bears, I thought they were going to lose. Their defense has been bad. Their defense was bad yesterday. They were getting gashed. Not great. Dart gets hurt, obviously. The game changes a bit. Offensively, though, here's the thing, man. I never was super worried because I figured they could get it out, get figured out a little bit. And yesterday was probably the worst game Ben Johnson has had as a head coach. However, I say all of those things, and at the end of the day, they won. And at the end of the day, they won because, and I think there was a couple times we came on here last year and I said this, even in the midst of the season being excommunicated. But we know this. The Chicago Bears have a superstar at quarterback. They have a franchise quarterback. They have a franchise quarterback. They have a superstar who plays the position. There is zero doubt that he is going to eventually be one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. There are a couple other ways to attack this, which I will get to, but I just want to say this on the Caleb Williams front. To go into every game, even though there are moments where he still is frustrating, there are moments that just like drive you up a wall. Like, God, I wish that we could do this and this a bit easier. At the end of the day, this dude he just puts his face in the fan and finds a way. And yesterday, he put the entire organization on his back. and carried them to victory. And I was so impressed. And they had zero reason to win, but they won because their quarterback is awesome. And their quarterback put the team on his back. And their quarterback won them the game at the end of the day. Point blank, period. He was the best player in the game. He was the best player on the team. And he took the organization and drug them by their dicks across the finish line and said, I got this. And he did. And I was that was fun because it had been I've been yearning for that for a long time. Big picture now, real quick. I had a friend of mine who is a normal commenter on this show, Brian. Shout out to Brian. He said, "Is Caleb Williams officially better than Jordan Love?" And I said, "I'd discuss it. I don't think so yet. I think that Love, at least it's close to a degree. I think Williams is like Love is way closer to Caleb than he is like a top 5 quarterback. I know that's going to be hard for people to hear. Caleb's a really good player, man. You could not name 15 quarterbacks so better than him right now in the NFL. Playing this season, you probably can hardly name 10, but I just think on the grand scheme of things, he's a top 15 quarterback at this exact moment. Now, people are going to hear me talk about this and be like, well, the Bears have won all these close games against bad teams and whatnot. And here's the thing, man. Nick, what did I say the most when we talked about the Bears coming into the season? They are alone. Like, think of all the games they lost last year by 1 score. They had that 10-game losing streak, and a lot of them were incredibly stupid losses. I said, you are adding X amount of wins based on regression back to the mean and your coaching being better. And so far, I think through 9 games in 10 weeks, have the Chicago Bears not been the truest proof of opposite regression plus coaching bringing water to and above level in those certain situations? Like, it's literally happening in front of our eyes, people.
And they got Rome Odunze the ball this week. I was happy about that.
Yeah, they threw him the ball on the first play of the game. LOL.
Did not do that last week.
They did not. Well, in their defense, he had a couple bad drops last week. And they had bad drops yesterday. Nick, they had 7 of them.
Oof.
Oh, and they still won. Oh, my God. Listen, man. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a Bears fan. And listen, here's the thing. I'm not like I will sit here and say like the Broncos, they're 7-2, and I'm not going to put them in the top 10 because they look like shit. And people might be like, "Well, you say that, but you like the Bears and they're 6-3." I'm not sitting here saying the Bears are a Super Bowl contender. I think the Bears can make the playoffs, and if they do that, I'm ecstatic. I'm thrilled. We're gonna ride the roller coaster and see what happens, but I don't want people to come at me, in my opinion, and my excitement of the Bears, and try to take it away from me because of certain stuff right now. I'm not putting these things on the Bears at this moment that I think they're going to go on some crazy run or win the title or blah blah blah. Like they're there, they're tied for the division lead. They're in the playoff picture. If the season ended right now, they would be a playoff team. But I'm not sitting here saying they're a Super Bowl contender. So I'm not comparing them to a team like Green Bay or who right now they're technically better than, but even still, like like people look at Green Bay differently than Chicago, and that's fine. I don't think they should because Green Bay, to me, again, that's a different conversation from earlier. But like a team like, I'm not comparing them to the Lions. I'm not comparing them to the Seahawks or the Rams. Or like I said, again, the Broncos, another team that's won a bunch of weird games, but the Broncos have clearly looked way worse than the Bears on offense, at least this year. It's just so like that's where I'm at with the Bears. Like anybody who wants to say things, it's a completely different story for me thinking of how the Bears have played compared to, like, honestly enough, the Bears season and the Commanders season from last year to now have completely 180'd. And it's a little bit hilarious. Shout out to all the Commanders fans out there. I'm sorry Jaden Daniels is hurt, but boy, oh boy, your team has died a slow death recently. So yes, yesterday was awesome. There were tears in my eyes. The Chicago Bears have a franchise quarterback. What a time to be alive. What a time to be us. Who would have thought? Look at us.
Look
Paul
at
Rudd.
us.
Yeah, look at us. All right, you want to guess some lines?
Let's do it.
All right. What a week we have next week, by the way.
When Seahawks Rams does not make it to prime time. What a window. What a late window it's going to be.
It will. We are tied at 4-4, 3 ties on the year. There is a 2-game difference, 55-53 to 41. So, I mean, it's back. This is a heavyweight fight, ladies and gentlemen.
It's 0-0 at halftime.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Coming up next. All right, let's get it. Thursday night. Thursday night had a great start to the year. We are just out here clapping some bangers right now with some of these Thursday night games. The Jets at the Patriots. Speaking of the Jets, good on them for winning yesterday. The Jets
is that back to back for them, or is that 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3. Because they're first, 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Because they lost to no, it is 2 in a row because they were off last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
back to back, baby. The Jets are hot. They're going streaking.
Man, oh man. The crazy I saw some kind of stat. It's like teams that threw for under 50 yards in a game, blah 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 blah, over the last 25 years are 100 and 150 or something like that. And then there's the Jets.
Do you want to hear what Justin Fields' stat line was yesterday?
And then I also saw something like Jets quarterbacks times they threw for under 50 yards, and it was like Mark Sanchez 1 in 50 or 1 in 30 and blah 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 blah. Justin Fields 4 in 8. I didn't look to see if it was true or not, but I had to laugh.
Under 50 yards? Wow. Oh my God, it is true. Holy shit. That's wild. Now listen, he did get hurt in one of those games and didn't finish it, but holy shit.
Okay, so 3 of them.
That's true though. The Buffalo game, the Broncos game. In that Broncos game, he got sacked 9 times. The Panthers game, he also got hurt in that game too. And then this game, the Browns game. He finished yesterday 6 of 11 for 54 yards. They scored, what was it? Let's see here. They're starting, they were up 14-7 in the first quarter, and they had 0 points from their offense. Their offense had 1 total yard.
Oh yeah, was it Quinnen Williams, wasn't it, or something?
They had
it was the same guy. It was the same guy got 2 touchdowns, I remember.
No, that was the Seahawks game. That was Dexter Lawrence.
Oh, got it.
They had a kick return touchdown and a punt return touchdown. Back to back. They had a kick return, they forced a 3 and out, they had a punt return. So, anywho, all that to say, the Jets are now playing at the Patriots on Thursday night. Have fun. The Jets are on fire. The 2 hottest teams in the league, some say. At least in the AFC. The 2 hottest teams in the AFC East. There we go.
I'm going to go Patriots at home. Eight and a half.
You know what would be great? If I opened up my fucking FanDuel account so I could pull the lines. But, I'm sorry. I'm an amateur. First time on the job here. Clearly.
Amateur
hour. I need to log in. NFL. Whoa, that moved significantly. I said 9.5. Yesterday, hand to God, it was 9.5. It has now moved. It is 11.5.
Damn.
I don't think I've ever seen a line move like that in 24 hours.
They must have confirmed that Justin Fields was playing.
Yes. They're like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yes, sir."
Give you a chance.
Yes,
Throw
Captain.
anybody else out there. Throw Joe Winkle out there at 7.5.
Yeah. Brees Hall, Wildcat. Wildcat formation.
Hey, good for
Brees?
Brees, though. He finally got some touchdowns this year.
He is.
He's on a hot streak.
I'm very shocked he did not get traded.
I think he was shocked.
Possibly. He was possibly shocked. Next up, we're heading to Madrid. We're heading to España.
I thought this was going to be in Madrid, Iowa.
There's a city in Iowa called Madrid.
Yeah, it's like 20 miles from Ames.
How about that?
And
Shout out
it's
to Iowa.
Madrid. It ain't Madrid. It's Madrid.
It's Madrid.
Just like we've got a Nevada. It's not Nevada. It's not Nevada. It's Nevada.
It's all about how you pronounce.
And that's
those
like 7
A's.
miles from Ames.
Shout out to the weird places in Iowa.
Hell yeah.
Those are like small city suburbs. That right there. That's how it's done.
Pretty much.
Washington versus Miami. Commanders Dolphins in Madrid. The Dolphins, who are coming off of a great game. By the way, we never did mention. I should say for the Bills. I understand why the Bills had their tough moment, you know. They were coming off of their Super Bowl. They were coming off winning their 5th straight Super Bowl. So they had to adjust accordingly.
I mean, when you look up the definition of a letdown game, it checks all the boxes.
A lot of the
you
boxes
you win a huge game, and then the next week you get to play a shitty team that you've taken care of time and time and time again. We're gonna have no troubles beating those Dolphins.
Exactly. Sometimes you win the Super Bowl, you plan a parade. Sometimes you win a Super Bowl, you got to go to Miami the next week, and not to party, but you got to play a football game. And for the Bills, listen, who would I be to be mad at the Bills for winning their Super Bowl? They won last week. They won their 5th straight Super Bowl. Of course they were going to have a letdown spot after winning their 5th straight Super Bowl. I mean, what a fantastic team. What an incredible organization. Commanders Dolphins in Madrid.
I can see the sarcasm just dripping down your face.
Just oozing.
Out of your ear holes.
Yeah, they were covered up. If I would open this up,
don't
and you would just
take
see
it off. It's gonna seep out.
Yeah, you just see sarcasm spewing down my body.
We're gonna take Miami, and we're gonna go 3.5.
All right, I am 2-0. And I nailed this one. It is Miami minus 2.5.
All right. Well, I was thinking 4.5, so I'm glad I went I'm glad I got closer. The last one I was also thinking 9.5, but I went with 8.5.
And that
so
one,
I gotta recalibrate here. I've been off by 1 both times.
I remember some of these in my brain. That one did not move. The Patriots Jets one though, so I filled these out before the Sunday night game yesterday. Knowing we weren't going to go on. I just had time. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it now.
Fuck it. We're going to do it live.
We're going to do it live. And then I went on and I went to look because I always like to know right away, like, how close was I? Yeah, Patriots line literally moved 2 points. Dolphins, that did not move. All right. We mentioned. All right. So those are some shit games. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you the Sunday slate is loaded, you just have to believe me that Sunday is loaded. We head to the Sunday S tier for week 11. Dare I say, game of the year.
We're in Vegas. We got bright lights flashing. Game of the week. S tier.
And
dare
I say once again, Nick Brinks.
It's the Bengals Steelers for the rematch.
Exactly. Hey, you know me. If anybody knows me, it's you. And you know what I crave, right? You got hey man. You got any more of that NFC West? Seahawks, Rams, inject it into my bloodstream. Sunday S tier. Oh my god, I can't wait. Can you wait? I can't wait. I can't wait. Literally cannot wait.
I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to give the Rams 2.5 at home.
Okay. You might have nailed it. I can't remember. Oh wow, it moved. You did nail it. Oh my god. I think it was 3.5 yesterday. I said 3. It is 2.5. Good job. Good job by you, buddy.
That might be the first time in history when it ends at like 0.0 that I didn't tie or lose. I never win these, but I got one.
Well, no. I lied. My bad. I said 3. You nailed it. It was 2.5.
Oh, okay? So you went the rare 0.0 this
Yeah.
time. Got it.
Yeah, I did. I went the rare
misinterpreted.
I went the rare 0.0. And you nailed it. Great job. 2.5. It was 3.5 yesterday, and it moved. I think it was 3.5 yesterday. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, you nailed that. Great job.
Yeah, this should be a good game. I personally, when I power rate these teams, I would go Seahawks by a nose, but it's pretty negligible.
Depends on whose nose, but a nose regardless.
Yeah, are we talking like Gronk or someone else?
Like a baby's nose.
Yeah, it depends.
I almost full housed the Sunday S tier this week, but to stick to the sanctity of the gimmick, I only put one team in there. It's a rare. You have to have some super special, super stuff to double up the Sunday S tier.
Do you not normally? Is it normally just one game?
Usually, I'm going back in the Rolodex. I don't. Okay, LOL. Of course, last year, literally week 1, I doubled up in the Sunday S tier, and both of those games sucked. Wow. To my knowledge.
So this one's gonna.
That's
suck,
why I did
you
it.
Say.
That's
So this one's gonna suck, is what you're saying.
Last year there was a week that I did 3 games in the Sunday S tier.
Boy, if there was a week to flex something to Monday night, like Rams, Seahawks, this is definitely the week to do it. When we get to the old Cowboys Raiders game Monday night.
Fucking nightmare fuel. Guess what I'm not doing next Monday?
A show at 10:30.
That too. We will be live on Sunday next week because the Monday game will be A, be irrelevant, and B, I'm not gonna watch it. Next up, Happy Cat Dance. There's some good shit in here. It not just was a letdown spot, it was a look ahead spot for the Bills. Because they play the Bucks at home in Orchard Park on Sunday.
I'm gonna go Bills 3.5.
Whoa. Okay. You went low. I nailed this. It is in the Vegas zone. It is 5.5.
Okay. Well, if you nailed it, I wasn't gonna go any higher than 4.5. So I can take that one to my grave someday. I left it all on the field, and I would have lost anyway.
So you would take the Bucks here in your mind?
I mean, I took Bills 3.5.
Well, I'm
so
just saying
have...
you would pick the Bucks. You think that
it
being 5.5. You think the Bucks
at 5.5. I think so. I mean, they lost by 5 this week to the Patriots, right? Was that 31-26?
Correct.
And me personally, I power rate the Patriots as a better team than the Bills right now. So if they were by 5, within 5 there, granted that was at home, kind of different, but still doable.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Next up on the Happy Cat Dance scale, the Chicago Bears head to Minnesota to take on 9. They take on the Minnesota Vikings. 10:37 revenge. We owe these dudes after week 1. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
please, if the Bears win, if the Bears do win next week, they are legit. They are legit a playoff team. Because I think,
But Vikings are the team to put you over the edge, not somebody better.
well, I think the Vikings. It's still a tough matchup. I think they showed by the fact that they went into Detroit and won. They're certainly not a pushover. I think that it would the fact that it would put them, if they lose that game, they are 6-4. They are back they're in the same, they're back, to the same record as the Niners, depending on their week next week. And then there's only one game separating them and Minnesota, with Minnesota having won both games. You win this game, you're 4 games or 3 games up on them. So Minnesota shouldn't be a team that is worried. Plus, too, like going on the road, this would be the best team you played on the road if you win, too. So, and we haven't won there in a while. No, never mind. I lied. We won there a couple years ago with Fields. LOL. So it's not like, oh, the Vikings are some awesome team. It's just like I think it would show like another step of maturity for them if they go in there and win.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's where I'm at in my mind.
I'm gonna go Bears 1.5.
Wow. I hope my rant there did not sway you on where you were going to pick this, because
Nope.
I said Minnesota minus 1.5, and it's Minnesota minus a full field goal. Minnesota minus 3.
Bears get no love.
I'm not shocked. Like I said, I put Minnesota 1.5, and it's I'm not shocked that they're dogs.
I mean, this is brought to you by the team that they hosted a 1-5, 1-4 team a few weeks ago, and were an underdog. Or no, not hosted, but the Bears had the way better record than the Ravens, but the Ravens at home were favored for their second win of the season.
True. And at least going into that game, everyone thought Lamar was going to play. Now, granted, he didn't, but they still closed as favorites. I would sit here and say I'm going to take the Bears plus the points, but I'm 0-2 in picking the Bears in $100 picks, so going to stay away from that. I'm just going to not pick $100 picks anymore this year because, honestly, I suck. Can't fucking buy a win. Won tonight. Had the Eagles, but fuck me, bro. Here we go. The game everyone's been waiting for. Last on the Happy Cat Dance meme. Our Happy Cat Dance section. Chiefs at Broncos. Your Super Bowl favorite, Kansas City Chiefs, by the way, at 5-4.
They are favored. They're the favorite.
They are the Super Bowl favorite right now. They are plus 550 to win the Super Bowl. Next behind them are the Rams and the Eagles, both at 7-1.
Gross. God, that is disgusting. Fucking shoot me.
They're gonna be minus if they lose this game to Denver. Jesus.
God, I hope the Broncos find a way to pull another one out of their ass. They've got the Chiefs horseshoe firmly in their rectum this season. No doubt about it.
The Broncos are the horseshoe team this year.
Man.
Bo Nix has been a disaster. No matter what anybody wants to say, he has been donkey water.
He's had some moments. Low moments and high moments, mostly low, but a few high. Ugh. Gross. 5-4 and you're the favorite. Fuck off, NFL. God damn it. Give me Chiefs. 3.5.
Oh, you dirty dog. I also said 3.5 because it is 3.5.
How are we shaking up here?
2 to
1 to 1?
4 to 1 to 1.
Jesus, you're beating me so bad that I didn't even realize that you've beaten me 3 times.
You didn't count the first 2 games, clearly.
I guess not.
Next up, mid but still watchable. There are only 2 games in the poop category this week, by the way. What a week. What a Sunday. Mid but still watchable. Now, granted, you could argue this being in the poop category, but I just can't. I can't do it because both of these teams are hilarious. The Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. I have a statistic for you, by the way.
Statistics. What do you got?
Goal to go carries this season for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, dear God. It's going to be some fucking ridiculous Bijan's not getting carries in goal to go situations, isn't it?
Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. What do you think? If I told you there were 17 goal to go carries between those 2 players, what do you think the split is? This is
I know
goal
what
to go.
I know what it should be, but I'll go 12-5 Algier.
You almost nailed it. It's 13-4.
Yeah, that was my other. Damn.
See, you're smart enough to realize the way that I set that up was that it was astronomically lopsided in the wrong direction.
Yeah. And I remember
Good job.
there was a primetime game that I had a parlay, and all I needed was a Bijan touchdown, and he got vultured. And I said never again.
That was the Vikings game, right? Early in the year?
Could be. I don't remember exactly. They all run together after a while.
That they do. Anywho, Panthers at Falcons. Glad we could marinate in that hilarious statistic that I heard today together.
Falcons at Panthers. Falcons, they're just kind of wheels are starting to fall off there. Down to 3-6, right?
You would not think that they were 3-6, but they are 3-6, and the game is in Atlanta, by the way. The game is in Atlanta.
Panthers are 5-5,
losing to the Saints yesterday to Tyler Shucky Ducky.
The Panthers shucky ducky yesterday.
They were bad. Bryce was bad. Oof. No Moss. Por favor.
I'm gonna go Falcons at home, 3.5.
You nailed it with me. We both nailed it.
God damn it. You always get my hopes up when you say I nailed it. And you said, so did I. God damn it, Joe. Don't do me like that.
It is 3.5. We both said 3.5. It is 3.5. Mama said 3.5. That spread going to be 3.5. Next up, mid but still watchable. Chargers at the Jaguars. The Jags.
Oof.
We have to have a conversation. Buddy.
It's what happened to this? It's the opposite of running them down.
Yes. I was just about to say, do you know what happened to them yesterday?
Ugh.
Davis Mills. I can't do like the Trevor. Davis Mills. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If you're gonna do, you gotta have the long neck. I'm too fat. I can't pull that off. You can pull it off though. You pull it off. Davis Mills and his incredibly long neck ran him down. He necked him down.
I saw a tweet that before Sunday Night Football, the highest scoring fantasy quarterback of the weekend was Davis Mills. And after watching Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football, I can guarantee you nobody passed him.
God, no, they didn't. Fucking Christ. Hell no, they did not pass Davis Mills.
He stands head, shoulder, and neck above everybody this weekend.
I mean, neck when it comes down to Davis Mills, some of these other fantasy quarterbacks, they might be neck and neck, but he just has more in him.
He needs to play for the Cowboys so he could be the naked cowboy.
The naked cowboy. That was a good one. There's a meme that's got like him being like, it's just an extended picture of his neck. It's very funny.
There should be something like every time he throws a touchdown, we're going to make his neck longer.
Yes, it's very long. Daniel.
I will say this about the Texans really quickly. I know CJ got hurt a couple weeks ago or last week, and they didn't look good before the fourth quarter yesterday. And I'm not saying there's a quarterback controversy, but
I think you're about to try to. Are you trying to soft launch a Davis Mills should start take? I'm not saying you're right. I'm just saying I respect it.
I've been so disappointed by CJ Stroud since his rookie year. He was so good, and he regressed, and he's continued to regress. And just when I think, oh, maybe they're getting it together, he didn't look good before he got hurt last week, and I just don't know what to think of him. So it's like, man, if he can, give you 26 points in the fourth quarter or whatever it was, I'd be tempted. But not really. Not really, Joe.
Let it fly.
Let it fly.
Never change. Where would I be without you? That's great. Just out here launching Davis Mills should start for the Texans.
I'm putting my neck on the line for this one.
Yeah, you're test driving a Davis Mills take. Daniel, our good friend in the group chat, he said, my bet's won today. He misspelled one, though. Come on, Danny, you're better than that. So I'm not mad at you anymore, Joe. I might have, he messaged me the other night. He's like, Caleb Williams should get over 19.5 completions, right? And I was like, I don't think that'll be the game plan.
Over what?
19.5 completions. And I said, I don't know if that's going to be the game plan. And I was like, the weather's supposed to be bad. Now, the weather was bad, but it was nowhere near as bad as everyone made it out to be going into the game. And yeah, not only did he have over 19.5 completions, he was literally the reason they won the game because of how good he played and because of his completions. And he only finished with 20, but take half the drops away, he finishes with like 24 and he clears that easily. So Daniel, I'm sorry. But nice to know he's not mad at me anymore. Thank you, Danny, for not being mad at me. Anywho, all that to say, I guess we're not even talking about the Texans right now because they'll be later.
Yeah.
But the Jags, bad loss. Oh boy.
Is this the first time the Chargers have been in Jacksonville since the running him down game?
Yes.
I believe that was in Jacksonville, right? Yeah.
That is correct.
Because we thought maybe Brandon would get left on the tarmac.
Correct, but they decided not to.
Yeah.
They waited until he lost by like 70 on a Thursday night game. Just an all-timer.
Give me Chargers 4.5.
We tied because we both said 4.5. It's only 2.5.
Dang it, I should have gone 3.5. But I'll take the tie. I'll take it.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1 to 1, 2, 3. We're so evenly matched, brother. Next up, mid but still watchable. Bengals at Steelers.
Now, this is mid but still watchable, but from an entertainment perspective, this one's right up there.
If the Steelers,
with the best of them. If the Steelers can look a little better than they did the last two games.
If the Bengals don't flummox the Jets game, because listen, they had the lead with half a minute left against the Bears, but the Bears were the better team. I mean, the Bears were literally like a fingernail away from being up 48-27 because of a pick six, and the game was over. But instead, chaos reigned after that. They shouldn't have lost the Jets game. So if they would beat the Jets, they'd be 4-5. And if the Steelers, I don't know, if they would have maybe not looked like complete dog shit last night, maybe this is a happy cat dance game. But yeah, those are the margins. Listen, hey man, when you're out here fighting for your tier, when you're out here fighting for your for your supremacy on where you land in the Guess the Lines aura book. I mean, it's margins, bro. The margins are thin. Every moment, every play matters.
Steelers, Bengals.
In Pittsburgh.
I'm going to go Steelers 3.5.
Wow, I actually got this one. I said 4.5, and it's in the Vegas zone at 5.5. How about that? How about that? I think that's too many. I still think, though, that's obviously we both think that's too many points.
But now, here's the better question. What's the over-under in this game?
What do you think it is? You want to guess the over-under?
49.5.
Fucking, you're a wizard, brother. I should just give you the point now for guessing the over-under. Holy shit. We have 49.
If this was like somebody other than the Steelers, I'd be like, oh, 53.5.
Steelers defense, though, has been
They've been much better.
Torched.
They've been much better since their really bad Packer and Bengals games. Yesterday wasn't as good, but last week they were fine.
Exactly.
And even last night, yeah, they gave up 25, but Herbert, he was getting sacked or deflected passes left and right, it felt like. So I feel like there were some big plays that the Steelers gave up, but certainly not just invisible like they had been a couple games before.
Next up, mid but still watchable, Packers at Giants. A freshly fired Brian Daboll.
Yeah. All I know is if the Packers somehow lose 3 in a row, Joe is going to have some fun.
They'll still be called Super Bowl contenders on big media television.
But I'm going to go Packers on the road. 5.5.
Ooh, I wonder how much this will move. And I also wonder how much this will change depending on who actually gets named the starting quarterback.
Shoot. I didn't even think that he's going to be out next week.
I did not. So I picked this thinking no matter what, this will be the line. I said Packers minus 7.5. It is Packers minus 7.5. I think if Russ officially gets named the starter, though, this line's gonna fucking shoot up like a crit. Like, here's the thing: if Dart's not playing, I mean, shit. It's the interim coach now. What do you have to lose? They should just fucking play Jameis.
Hell yeah.
You could argue. Honestly, if Jameis was the quarterback yesterday, I might have been worried that Jameis was going to walk us down. When Russ came in, I was like, oh, we're fine. They won't score on us anymore. Because with Dart in the game, we could not fucking stop them. Like,
did they score at all after Russ took over?
They got a field goal because the Bears had them dead to rights. It was like it was 4th and 2. It's like 4th and 2 from near midfield. They went for it, and they threw it into the flat, like 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. We had him wrapped up, but he fucking broke the tackle and had like a 30-yard gain, and it set up a field goal. So, next up, final game in mid but still watchable. Cardinals at home against the Niners. Niners at Cardinals. Getting more of that NFC West.
Before the Cardinals, were curb stomped 28-0 before they could blink yesterday, I'd say Cardinals are still kind of punchy at times, and Brissett's given them life. We didn't see it yesterday.
Yeah,
But-
yesterday was them being due to kind of have a little bit of a regression.
Yeah.
Much big step up in competition from the Cowboys to the Seahawks.
Yeah. No kidding.
Let's be real.
49ers on the road. Four and a half.
Okay. Did I hit this because of the number? Oh my gosh. Wow.
You're
I got-
just dragging me across the hot coals.
Well, remember earlier you said when it's a round number, you barely win those. That is what's keeping this from being a tie. Because I said 2.5. It is 3 on the nose.
Damn.
If it was 3.5, we would have tied. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 1 to 3. Yeah, this is a. I am out here today.
Woof.
Coming up next, the Jurassic Park poop meme. First up, Texans at Titans.
Panthers Falcons still feels like it could be in there.
It could. Listen.
Because it's
I was being incredibly generous. Maybe is the word.
yeah. I mean, sure, the Panthers. I just try to Jesus Christ. I just try to combine them to the Falcons.
The Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers.
But both of these teams are just like one of us could win 30-0 or lose 30-0, and you don't know which way it could go.
You never do. You never know which one it's going to be.
But yeah, Texans, Titans. Gonna go Texans on the road. 7.5.
There you go, bud. We tied because I also.
God damn it! You got my hopes up again. Oh, there you go. You got it. Oh, we tied.
And it is exact. Well, I'm saying there you go because I knew it was 7.5. We tied it. We both nailed it. You still only have. This is tough. You still. We're at the point where I'm starting to feel bad. You only have one win this week. Maybe I'm the one cheat. Maybe I'm the one cheating.
Yeah, I think you are. Do you have 6, 7, 8, 9? What are you at?
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? I have 7.
Oh,
7 to
Jesus.
1 to 4.
Damn. And there are not enough games for me to come back.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lied. 6. 6 to 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 to 1 to 5.
Well,
Or
ties count in
11 to
hockey.
7. Or 11 to 6.
Okay.
If you scored them that way.
All right.
Okay. Next up, ties count hockey. Good one. Next up, Ravens at the Browns. Poop meme intensifies.
Ravens are at least starting to kind of get back to where they want to be. Henry, I don't know if he's lost a step this year or if the offensive line's struggling or what, but he's definitely not his dominant self this year.
I have another fun stat. Derrick Henry on his last 17 carries from the 1-yard line. What do you think his stats are in those situations?
Oh boy. So 17 carries.
Yeah.
Probably not enough touchdowns for what you should get.
I don't remember the exact, or no, wait. I don't think he does have a touchdown on his last 17 carries from the 1.
Probably lost yards then total.
Yeah, how many yards do you I do know the yards, but how many yards do you think he has?
-6.
Okay, you went way too low. I lied, though. It's not yards, it's yard. He has 1 yard.
Damn. That's wild.
It is a great. Look at me with goal line running back statistics, just firing them off tonight.
Bam.
Out here living. I'm levitating above the rest. What podcast that you know that can snap call running back goal line statistics like I can?
Just this one.
Like this one can. So yeah. But no, Henry, it's been weird. Been a weird year for him. And just in general.
Maybe they're keeping him fresh for that playoff push and that playoff run. You know, last year they were so dominant, didn't get him to the Super Bowl. This year, going to back their way in, suck at the beginning of the year, get hot late, go on a run, win it all. Maybe that's the ticket.
They're kind of been the champs of sucking early lately though. Like every year it seems like they start 0-2. Now granted this year they decided to start 1-5.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a little worse this year.
So, but yeah, regardless. I don't know. I'm kind of even though I have a Ravens Super Bowl ticket, I am kind of getting sick of their shit. Like, just leave. I'm tired of you. You bore me.
Let's go Ravens on the road. Seven and a half.
You get this. No bullshit. Which makes me flummox that you get this because I said 10.5. And you said 7.5, which you would think is way too low, but it's 8.5. So you get it.
I
I'm
just thought
shocked.
Texans at Titans was 7.5, and the Browns can play defense for the most part, so I just bumped that down a little bit from what I would expect it to be. Ravens should go higher than that.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. I'll take the point.
Yeah, much earned on that one. Next up, Sunday night, we got a doozy, folks. The Philadelphia Eagles at home against the Detroit Lions.
It's like, why wasn't the Rams Seahawks flexed? Okay, I guess Sunday night should be pretty good.
Yeah, we don't really have a moment coming up in the near. Well, okay, I lied. Week 13 is definitely going to get flexed. Thanksgiving weekend. What game is going to get flexed? No idea, but there's definitely going to be a flex. Because right now it's Denver, Washington.
Ugh.
You could definitely put Texans, Colts there. You could definitely put.
Yeah, there's not even that many bangers that day either.
You looking?
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, Bears, Eagles.
It's Black Friday.
Oh, that's a Friday. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's not an obvious game that you could replace it with.
The one it would probably be, like I said, it would probably be Colts Texans.
Yeah, the only other one I can think of would be like Seahawks Vikings if the Vikings get above 500.
Yeah, because Washington could be like 3-10.
Yeah,
when that happens.
Yeah, that NBC is just like, shit, damn it, this isn't working out this week.
Outside of that, though, there's not really any Sunday night games that are like Dallas and Minnesota week 15, but still, that's Dallas. They're watchable at least. Cincinnati, Miami week 16. Yeah, buddy.
Hey, the country will be enthralled to see if that Miami playoff push can continue for 7 straight wins.
There you go. And Burrow could be back. Burrow,
starting to practice limited.
Burrow came off IR today, officially, so he was able to. His 21-day window to be put on the roster was activated, so he's able to practice again.
Got it. So he's for sure still out for 21 days.
No, he can be activated he has to be activated in the next 21 days, I think, or he has to go on like season-ending IR.
Oh, got it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's now or never.
So he's practicing. He can. So because basically they put him on IR so they can get an extra roster spot. They now have 21 days to finagle it to where he can be put back on the roster.
That makes sense. Okay. So we got Lions, Eagles
on Sunday night in Philadelphia.
Well, after that legendary performance by the Eagles tonight,
A true all-timer, some would say.
I'm going to go Lions 3.5.
Whoa! Wow.
I don't have faith in the Eagles.
I said that's hilarious. I said Eagles 3.5. Now, granted, I did this yesterday. It is Eagles 1.5.
Okay.
So
I
you
would
are
in no world would I have taken the Eagles as a favorite, so I wasn't going to win this one no matter what.
so if
Just
this
take
like
the L.
so say the Eagles won tonight 24-7. You would have probably came on and said like Lions 1.5 maybe.
Now, in that case, I might have
Okay.
said 1.5, but Eagles 1.5 would have been the absolute max under any circumstances. I if you said 2.5,
No, it is Eagles 1.5.
1.5. Okay. Yeah, I like the Lions next week in that one. I'll probably take that. Take the money line.
Dire Straits.
Money Lion.
Yeah, money line. There you go. Dire Straits. Monday night. Monday night poop fecta. Monday night who's watching? Monday night sleep time. Monday night buh.
The Monday
Gross.
night, you're actually not mad at YouTube and Disney for the blackout because this is the shit we're giving you game.
Yeah, exactly. However, I'm not sure how ESPN's going to enjoy having two Cowboys games be missed. Though I don't know. At this point, I don't know when they're going to fucking figure their shit out. But
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I
have
have
an
a friend.
antenna, so when they
Oh,
have
there
the
you go.
game on ABC, that's my backup. So I haven't missed any Monday Night Football, and that's all I watch on ESPN is Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, because you're
So
not out here
It
watching.
hasn't
college
it
football.
has not impacted me, and I don't watch college football much, so it doesn't
I have been lucky enough to
hasn't
find
broke my
some.
back.
I've been lucky enough to find some navigation. Plus, the last few Saturdays I've been incredibly busy, so I haven't just been sitting down dying to watch college basketball or college football, and been like, oh shit, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But regardless, still bullshit.
Very true. But Cowboys on the road. 4.5.
You get this one. Way to finish strong. I said 5.5. It is 3.5. In Vegas, 3.5. Dallas. The mighty have fallen.
Not a good week, but I'll take it. Miami did well. And for at least 1 week, I can proudly enjoy Victory Monday, even if I just got absolutely shit rocked tonight.
You did get touched up. I care about you a lot, but I did have to do it to you. And I can't even write right now. Holy shit. I just tried to write a J and my fucking hand turned into like you would think I had fucking Parkinson's. Final tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, only 1 7 though. 7, 2, 1, 2, 3. We had tied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ties. So that brings the tally 56 to 46 to 62. 62. And I'm in front for the first time in God knows how long.
Because you whipped up on your boy.
I did the thing. Been a while since I've taken the outright lead on the weeks. I lead in points in weeks now. Ay caramba. Anywho, we did it. You and I. We did good. We did great even. Your sweatshirt's really cool, I must say. I want to say it to the people.
Wearing it with pride at least 1 week this year.
Hey, you know what, man? Everyone's got a moment, and tonight we had our, or this weekend we had ours. So hopefully we can have another few days in the sun like this.
I will be gallbladderless the next time we talk.
Oh yeah, there's
Getting
a world
that
where we will.
ripped out on Wednesday.
So we're 50-50 for Sunday?
Possibly. We'll see. Won't want to push the issue too much. I would have to assume by Sunday I'm feeling better, but if it's if I'm not feeling great, I'll probably enjoy the sleep instead of the late night. But will TBD.
You could just come on here and you can wear no shirt so we can all see your scar.
Yeah, just check out this shit in my belly button, man. Look at that. Look at that shit. Because apparently they go through your belly button. 2 people have told me that.
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure how they do that.
Yeah,
I know my friend had his
I have 2
appendix
coworkers
taken out.
that said it was part of the belly button that they went through.
I've seen the scar from my friend who had his appendix taken out because his appendix ruptured, and his scar is pretty gnarly.
Now that is a much bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, mine's not ruptured or anything like that. I just got gallstones. We'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Does it hurt?
Should be. When it hurts really bad. Otherwise, it's fine 98% of the time. It's the 2% that sucks.
Really?
Yeah, and it usually hits in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping.
You have gallstones. So I'm trying to think of comparing it to kidney stones.
Yeah, I have no idea how it would compare, but I assume that when I get an attack, basically, my I assume the gallbladder's kind of doing this all the time, and then if a stone gets stuck in the wrong spot in a little port or something, it's trying to get some bile in or out, it's trying to, I don't know, I just feel like it's a muscle contracting on something that's very uncomfortable or whatever, but who knows? That's how I picture it in my head. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's what happens exactly, but no, it's when it hits me, I'm basically lying on the floor or stretched out on the floor trying to move my body in a way where I'm like, let's try to move this shit.
Bro, I had a 2 millimeter, 0.2 millimeter kidney stone. Remember a couple years ago on New Year's Day.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I've never had a kidney stone. I would not want one.
And I felt like I had a fucking night. I felt like I had a bullet in my stomach.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
So yeah, yeah, dude. So I couldn't imagine. I mean, anything else too. It was the worst, bro. It was the worst.
Yeah, it's certainly not been fun, but I feel like I would rather take gallstones over kidney stones by the sounds of it. Sure, it sucks 1% of the time when I'm having an attack, but the rest of the time, I don't really notice it.
Yeah, because when I had my kidney stones, I felt like I was like I said, I felt like I had gotten shot. I had felt like I had gotten shot.
Yeah, that's not good.
Here we are. Well, we had a couple friends. We had a friend here during while we were talking about gallstones. It's funny to hear squish the fish. Now it's squish the buffalo. Hey, now we're out here. He also, our friend here also said, I don't even want to try to pronounce that, but thank you for watching and hanging out with us. He said, what's your thoughts on Caleb Williams on the road to Minnesota? On the road to Minnesota, we are going to hope that it goes well. I have a good feeling it can go well. They're playing way better than they obviously were week 1. So I think they can win. And Caleb can do the thing. That would be pretty damn cool. But But dude, yeah, kidney stones, bro. Thank you for watching, by the way, and hanging out with us late at night. If you go back in time a little bit on the show, depending on when you're watching, I went on a nice little Caleb Williams rant, so I had some fun there. I do want to say this about my last thing about kidney stones. Like, the best part about them for me was I got a morphine shot in the hospital. Felt like I never had felt that in my life before. My whole body got warm. That was crazy. But the best part about those was taking the painkillers so I could sleep. Because I couldn't sleep the entire night before. And like I said, I literally felt like I got stabbed, or I felt like I got shot in the gut.
Yeah.
And it was just the worst. And it was
Not
little,
jealous.
like this much. It was nothing. It was literally the size of nothing. So, good luck, my friend. Come back. Make sure you come back to me. That's all I'll say.
That's the plan.
There we go.
Hoping
All
so.
right. All right. Well, T's and P's to our boy Nick Brinks. We'll hopefully see him next Sunday. Who knows? It'd be the best possible scenario is we get a a levitating Nick Brinks next week. Just, yeah, man. The Dolphins, dude. They went to Madrid today. Like, it's in the state of Iowa, and
Like,
I
I
went
thought they were
there,
in
and the game wasn't
Madrid.
there, bro. Huh?
I went to Madrid
I went to
thinking I was going to see
Madrid,
the Dolphins, and they weren't there, bro.
and Tua Tagovailoa, like, he was so good, dude. Yeah, so let's hope. That'd be great. All right. Good job by you, buddy.
We'll either talk next week or the week after.
There we will. All right. That'll do it for the show. I am Joe Winkle. That is Nick Brinks. This has been the Educated Ignorance Podcast. If you ain't got your game, you best pass the sticks. We will see you guys next time, whenever that may be. If Brinksy's not here next Sunday, I'm sure I will be here. I'll probably bully DJ to come on to talk shit about the Broncos if they win. So, or I'll have, since his wife's a Broncos fan, maybe I'll have her come on if the Broncos win, and DJ can do the dishes or something. All right, we'll see you guys then. Make sure to come to our 100th show on Sunday morning for fantasy's sake at Kavanaugh's in Rock Island. Until all then, thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you.